Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
Ending anything is one of the hardest things to do, especially when you have to make it up. It doesn't exist anywhere. It's not a comic book or a novel or someone else did some of the footwork for you, right? It's not adapted. You gotta invent. So, along the way, let's just say you go into The Bear, The Boys, Stranger Things. You get into these three shows, and your only objective, creatively, is to fill the mold so much with that first season, the first episode, that it's undeniable that the audience, and even, I would say even the creators, everyone gets addicted to the show. It's new, it's thrilling, it's a shot of adrenaline. And with most things, because we're in a attention-driven economy. So if you don't get attention, and attention doesn't always need money, but if you don't get attention, you're just a piece of trash. you gotta get going. But you get the attention, and the show becomes a monument within the first season. And that's what we got with The Boys, The Bear, and Stranger Things. Stranger Things, 5 seasons. The Boys, 5 seasons. The Bear, 5 seasons. Now, when I was growing up, 5 seasons meant that you had over 100 episodes to go into syndication. And with syndication, and look this boy up, Aaron Spelling, the biggest house ever on the East Coast, he was able to purchase because he had enough shows that went into syndication. And he would just make hits his entire life. 90210, Love Boat, the list goes on for him. And look up the rest. Where the syndication money just was this like waterfall. There couldn't be enough of it. And then cable comes along, HBO, HBO just flipped everything upside down. You had to pay for it, but you would not only get good TV shows, because I always go back to Martin, I believe it was Martin, right? Martin? From Dream On. Fraggle Rock. These are HBO things. Dream On, one of the greatest comedies of all time. You'll never see it again. But HBO does like all this original programming. So Showtime copies it, Cinemax copies it, TNT eventually, TBS, Lifetime, and then reality television hits. Right? That kind of just comes out of the ether. So, like the Bravo network would be, which was at one time the Film and Arts Network. You would wake up and watch operas on Saturday and Sundays for Bravo. Became a reality housewives house, right? Like, just became an engine for it. So the way that we absorb and understand what's premium versus what we perceive as is free. So Aaron Spelling, who the greatest TV creator of all time. I even want to say, well, was he behind like Charlie Angels? Like everything he touched at one time was just like a milestone. But then we get into the modern day, right? So like the taste, what we expect from these shows. So we expect the first season of these shows to be the best. We can argue that the best of all of these shows is the first season. And then the creators, right? Like you kind of feel for the creators a little bit because they get stuck They get labeled geniuses. They get labeled as visionaries that saw a hole in the market, and that hole was so microscopic, but they knew that they could put an atom bomb in that tiny hole and just blow it up, and with it they would have like a big idea, a big concept, and then a perfect cast, like perfect execution around the concept. And it's like we got that with Boys, Stranger Things, and The Bear. I mean, Jeremy Allen White, Yes Chef, is a meme all over. I can go down to Philly. They have mugs that say Yes Chef. It's those like home, places where you buy a $75 napkin holder. I'm not knocking it. I think we all need expensive napkin holders. But what are these people to do then? See, the success is in the first season because the demand of the first season is so high. These shows are more expensive than ever. We don't get 22 episodes per season anymore. We get, in this case, season 5 of The Bear, 8 episodes. Think about that. 8 episodes. I think the last 2 are like over an hour. Now, the creators have done the impossible because they've hooked and went viral and captured a segment of the audience that just creates high-level publicity, endless online conversation, memes, because of the quality, not the advertising, not even the cast, but just the way it cements and coagulates together, right? But the creators, we ask the creators to give us a complete storyline and a complete arc. We want the same that we loved with season 1. We want that, but we want to be shocked. We want to be blown back. We want a little bit of that adrenaline when something surprising happens. We just want more and more. And, well, that's hard to do. That's a hard order to fill. So you end it, right? You got to end it. Stranger Things ends in really what people look back now as an absolute disaster. Not even worth discussing, only worth bashing. The Boys, somewhat in the middle, but not quite there. Not enough. You didn't shock us enough. And then we have The Bear, who I think, going into season 5, had the best momentum of all the shows. Carmy, played by Jeremy Allen White. Remember, The Bear just really nailed it for him. We end season 4 with him confessing to Sydney that he's lost. He lost his fight to be a chef, and she is now the head chef. So everything with the brother suicide, the origin of the Bear name, the original restaurant, the first episode, all of it. It means nothing by the time we get into season 5. But season 5 starts, and it's it's the first like 4-5 episodes where it's just like this rainstorm, and it's every episode is dark and blue and gray, but the rain and the music, it's perfection. I'm not joking, AKAPADers. It's a work of art. I want to say episode 1 of season 3, also a work of art. Season 1, work of art. The Thanksgiving flashback episode, work of art. The characters, we hope, we want everyone to come out on top. We're entertained by everyone. We love their backstories. We love how they're redefining their life through the discipline of the culinary arts. These are all the things we love about The Bear. And we have Jeremy Allen White as Carmi, who is a tortured soul, but man, like this guy and his family, and it feels like his family has done everything to keep things away from him, but he found this thing that he can do better than anyone in the world, and then he wants to walk away from it, and then by the end of this series he does walk away from it, and you feel hollow, you feel empty as an audience member. You were with this guy for so long, through so much, and now you have nothing. You have nothing as he does. I don't. Architecture. He gives up his chefhood. I don't even know if that's the word, but he gives it all up, and he goes into architecture. He goes in as an intern. I don't know, AK. I mean, the woman that interviews him, which was like Bonnie. Oh, I forget her name. Can I get her name real quick? Oh, we got so many people here. I am trying to go through the cast list with that. But he gets interviewed, right? And the girl interviewing him for this, in this architect firm, she experienced one of his dishes in one of his restaurants just randomly, and she's able to, but she doesn't know it's him. And then you're like, that's the impact of, like, in the world of this character. That's his reach. He inspires the people that he wants them to hire. Oh my God. He inspires those he wish would hire him. There you go. I got that one. Think about that. I don't know, AK Powders. I think this show did so much. And the only thing they had to do in season 5, because season 5 ends perfectly on every note except for Carmi. Carmi just had to see the light and realize this was his destiny. That's the only thing that character needed to do. And we all would have been satisfied. AK Powders, though, do not let the show pass you by. I think The Bear is one of the most artistic, imaginative, and visionary shows that we got, period. The show itself is an education, and that is the intent of most things that we see. We are to be entertained, but education comes first. It's a great show. Just not happy with our title character's fate. Love you guys. Rock and roll.
Okay, that's a wrap.